stats so far, seeing how they've been stacking up. And with that being said, as well, the season stats will be just the regular season. But my word, T-San, look at how remarkably close this is just across the board.
Yeah, I mean, throw seeding out of the window. These teams, they were only separated by 2 losses throughout the whole season. You look at those goals for 11 goal difference over all those games. Goals against, 10 goal difference only. Saves, 11 difference only. You guys get the idea. These teams were as close as you can get over a 50-something game season. I mean, who knows what we're in store for tonight? I just hope it's a long series.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's take a look over at the individual players side of things here. Again, remarkably similar, just kind of going down the sheet here. Everything that pops out to me initially is always going to be the shots. That's a really fun number to look at because they tend to be really high. And what you see here is 2 at the 120 plus mark and then an 80 plus. And it's the exact same mirrored on the other side. Obviously, surprise, a little bit the better. And they do have a little bit of history as well. So in the early season, it was Cthylla 3-1ing Surprise, but far more recently, Surprise has 3-1'd Cthylla. So it's going to be an interesting series here, which will be a best of 7. So there is some time for some adjustments, T-Sant.
Yeah, adjustments indeed, and we'll see if either of these teams end up using their subs as well. You know, that's always a big question. Will that play a part in the series? Will it not? But crap. Players are in the lobby. Kickoff is underway. And finals have officially started for the RSC. Amateur is ready to go. Let's get started.
Absolutely, it's going to be a big one. Instead of just playing a set of 4, we're playing best of 7. So everyone strap in. You've got a bunch of amateur in front of you here. And so far, it's looking like it's going to be Surprise trying to get the ball down, create an opportunity, but it's going to be Zach. Big one going up over to the other corner here. Opportunity for God's Farm to try and get some facilitation, trying to get some pressure. See a demo on the backside. It's going to open up the space, trying to go low. Tech 4 couldn't get it past, and a defensive wall. Ball going back and forth here, but you had the right idea, getting a demo and trying to open up the space.
Yeah, and oh, that's a big bounce from Tech 4. Gets it over the defender. Tech 4 open it up right away. Getting the opening goal of our championship night, and that was a lot of pressure coming out from Cthylla. They were just pounding that corner over and over and eventually broke down the defense just enough to get it in there. That's how you start off your championship game.
Absolutely, and starting off indeed. Typically, with this much pressure, you're going to see a little bit of a warm-up game here. See about the feelers, see if you can see what the other team's doing, see what their idea is, see if their mechanics are all warmed up, what's their game plan, and so far it's looking like the game plan is just all-out offense for Cthylla.
All-out offense indeed. We had a very short trip to the orange side of the field, but once again, we're back in blue, and Zach the Bull just with some perfect positioning there, but won't be able to get it past the defense. T-Dog trying to make something happen for their team. And finally, we're seeing some offense coming out from Surprise off the backboard. That could be dangerous. Svid trying to get the shot, cannot. T-Dog with the shot, but Zach Bull's going to get the save. And first offensive trip down from Surprise, but it will not end in a goal crop.
Not just quite yet, but they had a lot of really good opportunities there. They opened up the defense. It's just that last final shot a little bit weak. Maybe it's a little bit of the nerves coming through, but do you know who's not feeling them? It's God Farm. Oh my, boomer. Facilitated here by Zach the Bull. Nice pop back, and God's Farm perfect positioning beats 2 defenders in the box. What can you possibly do?
Hey, you can't do anything, especially when it's coming right at you at 65 miles an hour. That is a banger. And big start here in the opening match for Cthylla. Like we said, you know, seeds didn't mean anything between these games. They were so close. But so far, it's looking like it's all Cthylla crop.
Yeah, absolutely. They're putting the pressure on, and it's causing some of these issues. That was actually a triple commit right there at the top of the box, so it's going to open up a lot of space. Let's see if the boost starts to go more and more in favor of Cthylla, but a big clear out is going to open up the space. Bardowski, no, just outside the box. You would have loved to seen one go in sooner rather than later if you're a Surprise fan, but It's going to be low boost, trying to get a little pop up. Wasn't able to get the whole way around it, so SS Vid to the side, but Zach the Bull is going to have another opportunity, and oh my, his God's Farm is farming this defense.
Yeah, 2 goals on 2 shots. You'll love to see that 100% shooting if you're Cthylla. And another just bouncer right over the defense. The placement so far has been excellent for this Cthylla squad. And halfway into this game, they got to be feeling real good about themselves.
Absolutely. I mean, technically speaking, the underdogs here, but they are not playing like it. They are playing like they've got something to prove, and they are doing so far. Lockdown defense. Again, it's going to be a low boost play here. T-Dog trying to get one through. It's going to be Arwal. Last third man streaking through. There's a nice little attempt there, but again, boost woes the entire way across the board for surprise. Nothing's too very dangerous when you're low on boost like that. Yeah, you can have a presence around the ball, but really you want to put a lot of forward momentum in Arwal. There you go, opening up the space. T-Dog, nice late 50. Are we going to see a race to the ball? Absolutely. Tech 4 is going to collect and send it out of the zone. Big clear coming through. Ooh, shut down actually.
Yeah, and we've seen now Surprise finally making themselves, you know, a little more involved in this game, especially on this offensive end. We've seen some extended pressure here. They're going to be looking to put it home. You know, there's still plenty of time to get 3 goals, but they're not going to want to play with that time too much. It is always counting down. And the more you take, the less of a chance you got to come back in this game. That's a shot towards net, but it will be cleared out. I think God's Farm is the one who took that away from the net. It likely would have been saved, but we keep moving. And that's a big demo from Tech 4. Able to kind of halt that offensive push from Surprise, who got to get something going their way soon if they want to get a shot in this game. But in the blue half we are right now, Crop, and it's going to be tough to break what has been a really good Cthylla rotation so far.
Absolutely, and honestly, I like the physicality coming through, but it's interesting how it's not really leading to anything. They're getting the demos, they're opening up the space, but just second and third position players, they're just not ready to take advantage. And here it is yet again. We've got SS Vid coming through, getting a demo, and can they get it mid? Yes, they absolutely can, but just with not enough pace, the defenders were able to get back, get the respawn, and they're in perfect positioning. And speaking of perfect positioning, God's Farm, just how do you read Omniscient on the ball? They know exactly where this is gonna go.
Yeah, great read by God's Farm, and that is a hat trick in game number 1 for them. 3 goals on 3 shots, by the way. God's Farm also has an assist and a save, getting a cycle in the first game of the finals. Talk about making a statement. And we're counting down here now, Crop. Game 1, it was a lot of Cthylla, but it was no surprise who the victor of this game was going to be, as they were in control the entire time. And 0 seconds, it will hit the ground. Game 1 goes to Cthylla. Crop, they gotta be feeling great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the game that you're supposed to have the nerves. You're supposed to have the mechanical issues. And my word, it did not look like it. And God's Farm 625. That is just absolutely astounding. And yeah, 3 for 3, shooting 100% and facilitated very nicely. Got the assists there too, going the way of Zach the Bull. But Surprise, I really think the only thing you got to change is just have boost. More often than not, we're switching over perspective to somebody on that Surprise squad, and it's just a 0 boost play, an 8 boost play. I mean, it's just nothing there in the tank, and they can't make anything dangerous.
Yeah, no, I mean, when you have that little boost, it is really hard to push out, get those counterattacks, sustain that offense. We saw a little bit of Surprise at the end, but they weren't able to put it home. And Surprise are going to be looking at R Walls and T-Dog really for the offense. They were the leading scorers for the team on the season. If I remember correctly, I think both had close to 50 goals. So they can score. They just got to find their rhythm a little bit. And again, this is a long series, so if I'm Cthylla, I want to get too comfortable. If they want to make sure they win this series, they're going to have to keep their foot on the gas.
Yeah, and with that being said, real quick shout out, there's a prediction up now. Get your channel points in there. Who's going to take this second game? 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see who comes out with the advantage, and can Cthylla keep this run-on form going?
Oh, we'll see, but we start off in the orange half, a not very familiar place from game number 1. Svid trying to make it happen in the midfield, cannot. And a bit of back and forth between the two teams here, Crop. We're getting some midfield play. We didn't get a lot of that in game number 1. It was really a lot of sustained pressure on either side, mostly from Cthylla, but that kind of leaks into the box. Doesn't go anywhere, but now pressure from Cthylla mounting again. And I just seen it was Svid low boost. T-Dog finally picking up some pads, dribbling towards the net, gets a 50, and a favorable 50. Svid is there. Going for the shot, almost gets a pad Zach, but nothing really dangerous so far, and the offensive woes continuing right now for Surprise.
But this is a lot better of a start, and you can see Surprise is coming out, and they're getting the pressure. They're finally starting to get the boost. Svid was running low at the beginning here, but it's looking a little bit better. They're getting these meaningful touches, and as you were calling out earlier, there is a battle for the midfield possession. That's really what you want to do. Put the clamp down, try and keep that ball in the orange half, and oh my, a tester from downtown, but is going to be stopped out. It's going to be T-Dog plays, trying to keep this in the corner here. Zach trying to say no, let's get it towards mid, and here's going to be a nice dribble. Dispossessed right outside of the box from Tech 4, and Svid, big play coming through. Can Tech 4, oh, had to kind of stretch for that one, a little bit awkward. Here it is yet again, low boost play, but they are continuing to get the pressure, so let's see if they can mount a continued offense, and as I'm saying, it's immediately sent the other way.
Oh, and that was a close one. Zach the Bull centered it just a little bit high, but no goal. We stay 0-0. Svid now taking it the other way, going for a demo in the net, trying to cause some confusion. T-Dog gets a demo, not the shot. R Walls is there for the shot from the air. And that is 1-0 in favor of Surprise. They have arrived in this championship game, Crop.
And that's the attack you wanted to see. First man popping it up, second going for the demo. All three were in there. And sometimes that's all it takes. If you know you're going to get a shot on, committing third man's not a bad way to go. And took advantage of the positioning advantage there. And here's another one on the board. T-Dog plays. What an angle.
Yeah, what an angle indeed. That is some placement. It was an awkward bounce out of the corner for God's Farm to read. T-Dog was there to see it perfectly, and I mean, if you're the defense, you just can't save that. Off the post and rolling in. That is a tough shot to save. Surprise now, maybe giving Cthylla a little bit of a surprise, as I don't think they were expecting to go down 2-0 here after their performance in game 1.
Oh my, what a play. T-Dog is getting another, but facilitated beautifully by R-Walls. I mean, this is what you want to see, and this is the sign of the team that continues to win throughout the regular season. They refuse to relent. They make the mid-series adaptations that they need to come out and get a game win, and it's looking like we might see a repeat just in the opposite direction of the scoreline. Tech 4 is trying to shut that down, get a little bit of momentum going that way, and oh my, the save from Svid.
What a save indeed. I thought that was for sure the first goal of the game for Cthylla, but they remain scoreless. T-Dog up in the air, just barely can't get there. The offensive pressure continues. Svid going for some confusion on the back line, and it will reward the team. Svid gets the touch, goes immediately for the goalie. God's Farm has the dodge demo. R-Walls is there. That is 4-0 now for Surprise. A couple of goals each for R-Walls and T-Dog. Prop, I was saying it right before the game. They just got to get themselves involved. They were the goal scorers for this Surprise squad, and they're making it happen here. T-Dog off the backboard. That could have been dangerous, but there's no boo players. R-Walls, they're on the ball. No boost. The offensive pressure from Surprise this game, and could that be? It is Svid joining the scoring barrage here. 5 goals with 2 minutes to go, Crop, and this is turning into a blowout.
I mean, that's not an amateur shot. That is absolutely picture perfect. The pass off the backboard, the placement, everything. I mean, Surprise has woken up and they are looking unleashed. This is not even remotely the team we saw in the first game. They're coming out, the speed is there, and I don't know if it's completely the boost change or if it's just mechanical or across the board. They just look so much faster right now than they did in game 1.
Yeah, so much faster indeed. I definitely think they have done a bit of a better job on that boost control. At times, I still find them, a lot of them, a little bit low, but they're making it work, and they're all over right now. This Cthylla defense, I mean, the rotations to keep the ball in the orange half have been near perfect. The shots, too, I mean, some of the placement on these shots, like, you know, are we sure this is amateur? Because it certainly doesn't look like it.
Opportunity there, but it's going to go to the side. God's Farm trying to put one through. You want to get a little bit of momentum coming out of this game, even if it's a consolation goal. You want to start saying, hey, we got to get something on the board here. It's been big swings going both directions. I mean, it was a 4-0 blowout going Cthylla's favor, and this time, do they get one? No, not even the bounce. Unfortunate. The placement was almost there. It was a little bit fortunate that they even were that close, but the opportunity is going to continue to press forward. Tech 4, open lane, and bang, there you go, getting one on the board.
And once again, Cthylla, they've been loving these bounce shots, getting them early in the box, getting them over the defenses on the back line. I think that's their third goal they've scored in that manner, but in a game where it's 5-1, you're getting blown out, to get some towards the end, build that momentum for the next game in the series is huge, so you're not going in hanging your head as hard. And who knows, Tech 4 is trying to maybe get some more. 30 seconds left, you know, the game may be a little bit out of reach, Crop, but they could get a lot of momentum going into the next one and maybe finally figure out this surprise attack that was killing them all game long.
Yeah, absolutely. And something I was just looking at, Cthylla actually has 8 shots. I honestly, I thought they would have been the better. Surprise, currently sitting on 6. Oh my, almost got another one through, but it does not seem the way that the pressure, according to the scoreline, was. I mean, that was just absolutely a regain and a half. Surprise coming out and saying, we're still in this, and a big blowout game going their direction.
Yeah, and you mentioned those shots there. It didn't feel like Cthylla had that many shots on net. They actually outshot Surprise by 1 shot. It really didn't feel that way.
Yeah, where did that come from?
But hey, you know, you look at Surprise, 5 goals on 7 shots. When you're shooting that high of a percentage, yeah, even if the other team is out shooting you, it's not gonna feel that way when you're putting everything into the back of the net. You know, T-Dog and R-Wall's big turnaround, and Svid too, getting a cycle there for the squad. They looked great. So that's a blowout in game 1, a blowout in game 2, Crop. What are you thinking we have in store for game 3?
You know, with the way that the momentum is going and the number 1 seed, a lot of times you got to start to root for them as they get that momentum warm up into the series. I wouldn't be surprised if Surprise came out and won this next one. I just realized how hard it is to not say that. But with that being said, it's also... They shut down God's Farm, you know, came out and was just putting up numbers in the first game. That game ending with 87 points. So they really came out and they put the pressure on the 2 players specifically for Cthylla, and Surprise just took advantage. So I would be interested to see whether or not Cthylla can come out and get the regain, change this momentum back into their favor. But the way that the number 1 seed is looking, that's going to be a big lift.
And I don't want to cast our curses too early, but we've just had a couple of blowouts. I'm thinking we might get a low-scoring game here in game 3, but wow, that got cursed before it even finished. It's coming out of my mouth. And what a dunk from T-Dog to sped up Spit. I mean, that's a way to open the game, my word.
Yeah, and I like how they put it off the post so they can set up the double touch rather than just going straight into the net. They're really putting an exclamation point on that goal there. They're like, hey, yeah, go ahead and try and stop this twice. And got one through the first 7 seconds. Let's see if this run on form can continue. Svid is coming down, trying to get a bump or get the ball center. Wasn't able to get either. So it is going to be R-Walls trying to get the pressure. T-Dog coming up clutch, but a big boom the other way. Tech 4 is up. A little bit of a lackadaisical touch, but gets 2 to bite at the midfield line from Cthylla. Down towards mid. Nobody's there. And it is going to be fortunate for the Cthylla side. The Surprise didn't have somebody ready for that roller across the net.
No, and God's Farm trying to make it happen, but Svid's going to be all over that. Sends a boomer towards the net. Tech 4 able to make the save. Midfield action back and forth between the teams we go. Svid, a bit of a mystery. God's Farm going to take advantage. We once again see the blue side of the field. Feels like it's been a little bit. Can Zach the Bull get that into the middle for a teammate? No. Svid once again all over the ball. Feel like we've been saying that a lot now. Prop, this surprise rotation has been so very good since they made those adjustments from game number 1.
Yeah, absolutely. There have been breakout opportunities. Oh my. There have been breakout opportunities for Cthylla. It's been kind of one touch and then it doesn't go to anybody. Here's a really good example. Tech 4 beat somebody at the midfield line, but nobody there to get that final touch. Zach the Bull, one touch here. This is what you want to see. Start to get closer to the net. Start to make the defenders jump. Open up that space. Here's another good opportunity. God's Farm couldn't beat the defender there, but that's what you want to see. Getting a little bit more direct. Get the ball into the sky. Get the boost out of this surprise squad and try and mount a full attack because it just keeps kind of fizzling out the side here. And oh my, coming from nowhere, T-Dog.
Yeah, T-Dog just all over that. Zach the Bull trying to get some control in the midfield. Just gets over their car a little bit. T-Dog all over it. Is going to put Surprise up 2-0 here. And, you said it in game 1, it was all God's Farm. Hat trick. Cycle 2, I think, don't quote me on that. Game 2, God's Farm wasn't really there, only 87 points. And same thing here in game number 3. God's Farm just hasn't been too involved. Cthylla gonna have to find a way to break things open for them. Zach the Bull put it into a midfield, maybe get a shot for a teammate. But Svid's gonna be the first there. God's Farm now puts it off the backboard. This could be a shot. Tech 4 is there. Tech 4 gonna get Cthylla back into this game off a great pass from God's Farm off the backboard. 2-1 right as we come to halftime here in game number 3.
And T-Sam, I don't know if you saw, but right before that play, it was God's Farm sitting at 8 points. I mean, I know that points aren't everything, but you can just see how much pressure this surprise team is putting on Cthylla to come out and just be picture perfect. God's Farm finally able to get one down, and it is going to be, again, right towards the mid. Get that defender to jump. Here's another opportunity, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Get it towards the middle and just have somebody ready and waiting, and this is exactly what Surprise has been doing.
Bro, how is this amateur? I mean, that is a beautiful pass pinch with the wall by our wall to set it up perfectly for their teammate. I mean, you can't do that any better. What a passing play by Surprise. They are really putting on a clinic for us right now. I'm a little bit lost for words. I wish I could pass to my teammates that well in my ranked games. I definitely can't.
You just gotta sometimes take some notes, and we're gonna pretend we didn't just see the double whiff, but it's fine. Got cleared out of the zone. Zach trying to send it back in. Got 2 to bite, so you just gotta get past 1. Let it go towards the middle, but T-Dog recognizing where that shot's gonna come from and cuts out the lane before they can get any sort of contact on the ball. Tech 4 is not done, however. It's boost ball and positioning. No, Zach too close to the play. The ball rolled across, and that's the big difference between these two teams right now. Cthylla, they have the opportunities. They just cannot convert on those high percentage plays.
Yeah, they've had quite a lot of them, but every time the bounce is just not going their way. T-Dog now putting it into the center. Tech 4 is going to have to make a clear, and does, but it's to a blue attacking player. T-Dog high in the air trying to keep the offensive attack going. 1 minute left in this game. Cthylla gonna have to score soon, but we find ourselves in the blue half now. T-Dog can't get the touch. Zach the Bull now on it. Tries to get the second touch. Cannot. Tech 4 is able to rotate in. Goes for 1. Goes for 2. It is an unfavorable bounce for Cthylla Crop. They gotta get some offense going. Could that be it? No, God's Farm unable to make that touch. Tech 4 trying to send it towards the net, but blue players are there. Some space. Vid going for the challenge. God's Farm gets it over 1. Past a couple of players. Tie in front of the box. Zach the Bull going for it. Cannot. 20 seconds left. Crop. They are running out of time. They got to get a goal. They got to get it now, or they'll find themselves with a 2-1 deficit in this championship series. We're counting down our final 10 seconds. Vid a clear out to the midfield. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen, Crop. 2-1, and that will do it. Surprise, taking a 2-1 lead in this series behind 2 absolutely stellar games.
Yeah, absolutely. And the opportunities this time around for Cthylla were 100% there. I just think they're rushing the opportunities that finally do start to present themselves. They've had a bunch of rollers in front of the net, but second man's far too close and just not able to take advantage. They had that really great play where they were able to get a read off the backboard and have the defense kind of scrambling a little bit, but you can't rely on those low percentage plays. You got to go for the high percentage shots, and they're just kind of rushing the touches. They're trying to come from the side of the ball rather than straight on and send them down the other direction. And that's not what we were seeing out of the surprise squad. They're getting behind the ball from their net side and just putting pressure on it. They're getting a lot of big booms down the other side, and it's creating a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, and we look at the shots on this game, once again, it just Cthylla, they had their opportunities. Definitely, you felt those shots a lot more than the previous game. But Surprise, even shots, 6-6 each team, but Surprise is making all of their shots count, shooting 50% in this game. I'm not a mathematician. Someone tell me what 5 out of 7 shots is percentage-wise, but I know it's high. In the previous game, so Cthylla gonna have to work on that defense if they want to find themselves back in this series. Because for 2 straight games now, it's been all Surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. The 5-1 and then the 3-1 after that 4-0 blowout in the beginning. Cthylla really has been snuffed a little bit. They haven't been able to come out and have as much run on form as they did in that first game here. Good stop to start it out. Nice push down into the corner. It is going to be Zach the Bull trying to get it out of the zone. Tech 4. That's what you want to see right there. That's what I was talking about. That's the change you need to make. Just send the big booms down the other way. Be on the right side of the ball and just go for those high percentage shots. Test the keeper.
Yeah, Tech 4 from beyond half court. That is a snipe to put their team up early here in game number 4. Definitely felt like Cthylla needed that, especially with the way the past 2 games have gone. And now you find yourselves with a lead in game number 4. Haven't seen that since game 1. And the offensive attack continues. Zach the Bull putting it high in front of the box. That's a great clear from Svid. Tech 4 now going for some control. Svid, who's been doing it all series, all over the dribbling once again, not letting Cthylla get any dribbling plays here in this championship series.
Not. It's another one you would love to see somebody in the box from Cthylla. Another opportunity. It's going to be extended pressure, but a big clear from Arwal is going to go the other direction. Zach on the right side of the ball here. Yet again, opportunity a little bit outside the box, however, so it is going to be Svid. The unfortunate touch towards Svid, but God's Farm will be charitable. Call it a calculated fake, and Svid off the ceiling. Hello? Going for the big plays.
Yeah, I think someone must have marked this series under the wrong division, because it certainly doesn't feel like amateur gameplay. Where these guys, they're going crazy with it, and Zach the Bull trying to go crazy themselves now. A shot towards net, that was dangerous, but Svid saving their team yet again with a great save. The offense continues, but no, a couple of whiffs from the orange side. T-Dog with no boost tries to get over to R-Wall, can't, but some whiffs from the defense now. And Svid is there to take over. This ball is still dangerous in the orange half. God's Farm gets the save. Boost to work with. Can't get the second touch. That's dangerous in front of the net. T-Dog races with the defender to the ball, but won't win that race. We keep going. Tech 4 into the blue half, but Svid with some great positioning prop. Taking it over to the wall, trying to take the mechs out again, maybe. God's Farm doesn't want to see any of it. A bouncer in front of the net. Both teams going back and forth, taking their opportunities. It is becoming a slugfest here in game number 4. Cthylla does not want to go down 3-1 in the series, and surprise, they're trying to take the commanding lead in the series. 1 goal separates the teams coming on halftime. Crowd, this game could go either way.
Yeah, double commit there is going to open up a lane for Surprise to come down. T-Dog's trying to get the slow play, trying to get the control going, but shut down in the corner yet again. A lot of physicality is coming through. You can see they're kind of posted up in the net, and somebody's just running through and saying, all right, you're going to park in the net. I'll just run through, give you a bump, but hasn't led to any direct opportunities or goals just quite yet. Going to be 2 in the corner from Surprise here. A little bit jumpy.
Ooh.
Don't have to worry about that just quite yet. And another nice shot coming through, but a little bit outside the box. God's Farm just trying to continue to keep this pressure. Second and third man rotating really well, keeping this ball in this blue half. Zach the Bull have an opportunity here as well. Nice dunk to try and keep it in. Svid, big clear, and it's going to be a nice continue. This is just going to be a walk-in. Hello, somebody? Oh my, I thought T-Dog just left the play. Arwal thankfully converts on this opportunity.
Yeah, the net was maybe a little too open. T-Dog going for the demo, knew their teammate was behind them. I don't hate it. And they're going to tie up this game with 1:30 left. That is a huge goal in what is, you know, could be a series-altering game number 4. Arwal reading off the backboard, barely can't get there. The defense just beats them to it. That would have been a goal and a half, but we keep going, Croc. God's Farm trying to make something happen, doesn't. T-Dog into no man's land. Tech 4 gonna try and take over. Svid can't quite read it off the wall, trying to drop it down to a teammate maybe, but does not. Zach the Bull on the ball now. A little bit of a whiff in front of the net, so T-Dog's gonna get a bit of an easy clear. Now, marching down to the other end. It's high in front of the box. This could be tough for the defense. Svid is there off the back wall. Arwal is there, gets the shot. God's Farm with the save though. Keeps the game alive. Oh no.
My, no.
Svid saving their team once again with a diving save. Tito couldn't make the play. I thought that was going in for sure. We count down under a minute to go. Both teams with opportunities, unable to convert. Could we see our first OT of the series?
Yeah, the final 30 seconds is indeed upon us. Tech 4 is just going to try and keep this in the corner, slow down the pace a little bit, but they get their boost stolen, so it's going to go towards this surprise squad. High bounce, T-Dog trying to read it, big read, go for the fake perhaps, no, Arwal outside. This is going to be the final 10, the last opportunity for Cthylla, trying to get one on the board, shut down immediately. Final 10, God's Farm not able to get around it. Svid, it's going to be a nice pop down. T-Dog's up for it, but can't get to it. Arwal's going to keep it alive in the corner. Svid up, off the backboard, and just outside of the post. And indeed, overtime in this game 4.
Oh, I thought that could have been a 0-second masterclass, but it goes off the back wall, not quite on target. We keep going here. 1 goal now is all it takes to take this game number 4. Tech 4 is trying to make it happen. Cannot so far. Goes for the challenge on Svid, but doesn't have the touch. Zach Bull gets one, maybe looks to get it center, but T-Dog is there. T-Dog trying to read God Farm, cannot, and that's a big challenge from Zach the Bull. It's a high ball, awkward for the defense. Zach Ball gonna get another touch, gets maybe caught on the corner there for a little bit, and for right now, Surprise will escape that Cthylla pressure. T-Dog going for a demo, but will miss, and it looks like that offensive attack is gonna die out for now. Crop, both these teams now, well, how do you think they're gonna play as this overtime continues? All offense, all defense, maybe a little bit of both?
It's looking like a lot of physicality is coming through for Surprise. There's been multiple times I've seen bumps. Again, not really coming to fruition, but it is buying a little bit of space. Not quite a lot to be lethal just quite yet. And speaking of lethal, opportunity there. Svid's going to be running back. It's going to be as far as Tech 4, who sends another one in. An awkward bounce. Is anyone there? Oh, Tech 4 could not win. Arwal sends it to the side. And it's going to go into this corner. A lot of side-to-side ball here, but the opportunities continue. And Zach the Bull shuts it up, ties up the series 2-2.
And what a read from Zach the Bull. Arwal just quite can't get there. Zach the Bull stays composed, is able to put it in top right corner. And Cthylla not out of the series just yet. They tie it up in the closest game yet. What a series we have on our hands, Crop. We could see it go all the way.
Yeah, we are now down to a best of 3 2-2 in the series, going back and forth. I really thought that Surprise was going to come out and get that series advantage, be 1 game away, but it's not looking like that's going to be the case. And Svid, 5 saves is just a defensive wall there. You could see how frequently they were just streaking by, getting those last second saves, but you know, with a save stat like that, that's not really the stat you want to have the high score line in. More than anything, you want those shots, and that's exactly what Cthylla was able to do. Get the 9-5, the better for the shots. And I mean, at this point in time, I came into this I thought Surprise was going to start to run away with it, and Cthylla says, no, not today. We're coming back. We're tying things up, and I don't even know. Throw my hands up. Whose series even is it at this point? The number 3, the 3rd seed Cthylla coming through and trying to upset the number 1 seed Surprise, and I mean, realistically, it's anyone's game at this point.
Anyone's game indeed. A couple of blowouts here. A close game number 3. A close game number 4. We saw the stats crop. They were so very close to being even across all, across everything. And this series, although some of the games have been a bit big of a deficit, the teams themselves have been even for one another in terms of blowouts and close games. We'll see what happens now in what is, as you said, essentially a best of 3. Svid opening things up, though, in this final best of 3 games. That's the first goal on the board for Surprise, answering the OT loss in a big way. 1-0 in favor.
Beautifully executed shot there, up on outside of the box at a beautiful angle. And I was talking about Svid having too many saves that last one. He says, all right, I'll take over to score one immediately. It's funny how the caster curse works like that, but here we go. It's going to be a push down from Cthylla, trying to get something on the board. Svid, of course, waiting patiently in the box, tries to send it past the midfield line. God's Farm says no, and gets a demo. Tech 4's here. The soft drop down, bar in. Hyna's back up.
What a tying goal by Tech 4, That's not easy to just slow it down like that and able to softly touch it into the net. These amateurs are playing like pros out here tonight. 1-1 now. Oh, hopefully we have another close game on our hands, Crop. It is certainly looking like that way so far. Tech 4 hold on with a shot, but it won't go in. Fitted with the save. Crop, take it away.
Yeah, it's anybody's game at this point. I was talking about the series as a whole, but again, this game as well, going back and forth at a minute expired into this game, and nobody's won the closer, but the pressure is starting to go in favor of Cthylla. They are owning this midfield line, trying to get the defense to cycle, and can see not really going for a bump there, but showing their hands as if they were. So Arwalls has to jump, finally able to get it clear. And it's going to be Svid trying to go for the big play, gets past 1, gets past 2, but it's going to be bounced down to the corner here and actually going to open up some space. Some fortunate bumps coming through, and nobody's able to get a hold of this one. The T-Dog, I don't know, they probably just had 45 bumps in the net there. They were just running wild, but again, doesn't go anywhere with it. Zach Bull, big win at the midfield line, trying to get the pressure yet again. Arwal fakes the challenge and decides to cycle back in, and Tech 4 going for a big drop down, but the defense is strong on the backboard. This press is going to continue, however, and Arwal just has to get it out of the zone. They just got to get past this midfield line, get some boost, some resources, because right now they are running low. See if they can get an extended offensive press here. Zach the Bull first up to it. It's going to go down to Svid. I mean, it's just both teams have extended pressure on either of their opponent's side. It's just such a back and forth game comparatively to the previous.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As we near halftime now, I mean, it really could be anyone's game. Both teams showing us why they could take it. Svid trying to make it happen, almost gets that dunk, but God's Farm will overpower. God's Farm trying to get the shot. Arwal just beats them to the ball. Flings back the other way. In front of the box, could it be dangerous? Tech 4 with maybe an incidental bump, but it works out for the defense. And they move the other way now. Tech 4 with some space, puts it into the air, tries to get the second touch, leaves for a teammate, but it will not go through. T-Dog with the save. Back to the other end we go. It's been a back and forth affair for the last several minutes now. As you pointed out, each team trying to take control. Will God's Farm be able to do it here? No, T-Dog once again being the saver for the team. Zach Bull with the shot. No. Once again, the other way around we go. Crop, I can't tell who's going to win this game. Can you?
No, not even a little bit. It just goes back and forth here. Opportunities going both directions. The physicality is there. The shots are there, but nobody's getting that last piece, that last part of the puzzle to get the conversion and actually get another goal. Tech 4 sending a big one down. It's going to be a miss and off the post. Opportunity to convert.
Tech 4
takes advantage.
Wow, and what a play that was Our wall just missing the ball. T-Dog unable to recover, and Tech 4's all over it, taking advantage of the play. 2-1 now with a minute 25. Crop, we've been talking about it now for most of the series, how close these teams are. Our lovely producer, Croptopolis, gave me a little bit more information in the power rankings. Both teams,
I'm not
1 and 2. You know, I just did it. I did the names wrong. Oh my God.
You did the thing. It happened in real life. Ladies and gentlemen, mark it down on your calendars. It's happened yet again. Croptopolis and the Croctopus. We are one and the same, but you know who's not one and the same? Because he is him. Tech 4 getting another one on the board. My word, it is just absolutely astounding. The pressure that they are able to get. It's just a transitional game yet again, but this time around it is going to be Cthylla off the back of that overtime win, looking like they're going to be the ones with the advantage as far as the press for this series. See if they can get this ball down. T-Dog, awkward play there, but is able to get back to a teammate, get it out of the zone. Arwal just going to send a nice soft ball down, but 2 commit here, and it's going to be a team bump, so Tech 4 has an opportunity to get another one on the board. The fake comes through.
What a save. Wow, and Tito keeping the game alive for their team. 30 seconds left. Crop, don't worry, I'm going to get it right this time. This game is so close with 20 seconds left. Surprise, they're gonna have to score. They will find themselves down 3-2 in this series. Down to their last life of the season, 10 seconds to go. They gotta go to the length of the field and then some. It doesn't look like it's gonna happen. We count down, and Cthylla down 2-1 in the series. They've taken back control. They are gonna be going up 3-2 now onto championship point. And it's been back and forth all series. I was saying it earlier before I did the thing. These two teams, 1 and 2 in the power rankings. They could not be any closer. And shout out to Tech 4. I mean, look at you guys could see the stats. Look at that. 3 goals, 6 shots, putting the team on their back. What a game 5.
Just absolutely astounding. The regain coming through from Cthylla, going down in game 2 and 3, coming back, winning that overtime, and it's just been going more and more in the favor. With that being said, as well, as we were coming into this is the 3rd seed Cthylla going up against the number 1 seed in Surprise right now, and they're currently putting in the work, as you were saying, getting up to that series point. But looking at the season 16 power rankings here for week 6, looking back at things here, it was Cthylla won the better. As I was saying earlier in the season, I believe it was game day 3, Cthylla did 3-1 Surprise, but more recently than that, Surprise was able to 3-1 Cthylla. So again, anyone's game, it's coming down to the wire. Cthylla have everything that they need in their grasp to win this amateur grand finals. They have the momentum. They have the series advantage, the series point. 5 minutes on the clock. Will we see Cthylla come through? And false alarm. Somebody didn't make it.
Looks like we're going to be having a remake here. Just give us 1 sec, everybody. We're going to get this lobby back up and get a new one going. Something was clearly wrong for one of the players. We want to make sure they have great ping all around. You would hate to win a game with one of the other players lagging out. So just give us 1 moment. We're going to get that lobby back up for you. Crop gives us a little more time to talk about this match point Cthylla is on.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, coming into this, you're seeing the seeding as far as what's going on in this final bracket here. Croctopus, not to be confused with the man you're hearing, Croptopolis. But earlier, when he was showing us the bracket, it really was the underdogs of Cthylla that was coming down. They had the 3-0 win over Winterfresh. That was the 2nd seed. So they are not opposed, or they are not up against something that is completely outside of the realm of possibilities. They have dethroned somebody that is a higher seed than them already tonight. And it's looking like they're going to continue that run on form. With that being said, we're going to have a quick pause here while we make sure that we get everyone in. We got to make sure that there's everyone in the lobby so that we can actually have a proper series here. So we're going to get everyone in here. We're going to rejoin. It's looking like we've got a new lobby here. I'm just going to type and try and talk at the same time. It's not going to work.
It's a
Can you
little
do
bit
that?
difficult, trust me.
Can you
I
do that?
understand. Hey, maybe one letter at a time. That's about my limit.
Yeah.
Hey
Not,
guys, I'm stepping in to save the day while they type.
Tell us, Croc. What do you got for us?
Yeah,
What do
honestly,
you got
this
for
has
us,
been a
Chuck? Yes.
very exciting series, very close. Love that everybody's getting excited in the chat as well. You know, this does not count as seeing me and Crop in the same room. We're definitely still the same person. Don't let it fool you.
One and the same.
But yeah, big shout out to the casters. Casters are doing a great job. Players are doing a great job. And you guys as the fans are also doing a great job. Thank you so much for all of your support. But it does look like we're getting everybody in the lobby. So I'm going to let you two take it back away.
Absolutely. Yeah, you love to see it. Everyone here celebrating the grand finals for the amateur tier. And it's looking like it's a good one. Opportunity to go the whole way to Game 7, but so far it really has been Cthylla setting the pace, and they are one the better in the series. So if anyone's just now joining us, first and foremost, where have you been? But secondly, we are there. Just gonna make sure. I think we're joining? Question mark. Both ready? Question mark. What do you think, T-Sant? What do you got for us?
I got for us a ever so important Game 6 coming up as soon as these players get in, Crop. It's looking like they're ready to go. They're getting in the lobby. Cthylla is on championship point. Surprise. Do or die here in game number 6. Both teams going to be giving it their absolute all. Kickoff's underway. It's T-Dog and God's Farm on the play, and let's get started. We'll see if that break has any ramifications for that Cthylla momentum, which they certainly had a lot of. But starting off in the blue half, Profit doesn't look like that's going to happen so far. Zach the Bull's all over that in the air, trying to make some offense happen in the corner, but it's going to go right out to Tech 4, who's going to send it right back. And so far, nothing too threatening coming out in the first 30 seconds. We've seen a lot of early goals in this game. Could this be dangerous, though? Not yet. We've seen a lot of early goals in this game, Crop, not here in game number 6. Both teams are maybe going to be playing a little bit on the defensive, not wanting to make that one mistake that could cost them the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw another opportunity there going the way of, of Surprise, but they just didn't have that person there to convert yet again. So yeah, they might be playing a little bit more passive, kind of getting the feel so far of it's a little bit more reminiscent of an overtime game, the way that there's a lot of defense, a lot of slow plays here, just kind of testing the net rather than actually going for something dangerous. And here's an opportunity. It's going to go to the side wall and bounce back towards mid. Who wins the race? It's going to be R-Walls sending a big one down, but Tech 4 immediately back into the zone. 2 in the corner. It's actually going to be all 3 for a brief moment for Surprise. So you got to get this out of the zone. Is able to do so with a big pinch. R-Wall trying to get the continue. Isn't able to do so. Svid. Oh my, up off the post, but God's Farm extends up and gets the save above the backboard. The backboard defense has been absolutely stellar for both of these teams, but you want to see this continued press continue to go and test the keeper, test that backboard, see if both of these teams are ready to stop that high flying attack. And there it is yet again. Zach the Bull finally able to get a hand up on that one. That's going to be a double commit. So Zach the Bull going from defense to offense. Loses ball for a moment. So it is going to be T-Dog sending one down. Going to be a bouncer towards mid. Is anyone there? Just off the post. Mid coming in a little bit too late. And my word, the opportunities are there for Surprise to try and get us to game 7, but just not yet.
And that was so close. A little bit better placement, and that is a goal, but we near halftime now. Still 0-0. R-Walls, but sends it off the backboard. Spit is still lurking around, puts one towards the net. It's soft. Tech 4 is going to get an easy save. Takes her off the wall and transitions that into a counterattack. Off the back wall. R-Walls just beating the offensive player there to the ball. God's Farm putting it back into the corner, trying to keep the pressure up, but it's not going to. Tech 4. That could be a big miss. Spit is there. 50-50s with Zach the Bull, but that is a huge clear out all the way to the other side. of the field. And back the other way we go yet again. Arwal's there for the shot, just quite can't get there. Still a 0-0 game. It could go either way. If you have money on this game or channel points, you must be a little scared not knowing how it's going to turn out. 140 to go, Crop, and still, oh my god, a huge demo on the back line. Tech 4 gonna take advantage. 1-0 in favor of Cthylla as they are on championship point. And they now have what could be the game and series winning goal.
Wow, not just a demo, but a bump as well, getting rid of second and third man simultaneously. That is huge for this, what could be final game momentum. It seems like it's been all in favor of home.
Oh, no.
Own. Seems like it's been all in favor of Surprise this entire time. First to strike was Cthylla, but immediately off a kickoff, T-Dogs will be charitable, call it a huge galaxy brain fake, getting one back on the board immediately, and that's what you want to see, is getting a one back on the board immediately. If you're Surprised, you cannot allow this to get away from you. You have to keep the pressure on, and it's going to be SVID trying to do exactly that. Clean off the backboard yet again. Tech 4 is there to get a chip to the side, but it's going to go towards mid. Just T-Dog not able to get the whole way around it, and is going to go to the side here. And I mean, if you're a fan of Rocket League, not even just these teams, you'll want to see a Game 7. The people want to see a Game 7, so everyone got to get out and root for Surprise, but it's looking like Cthylla's not having any of that. As I'm talking about it, God's Farm shuts me up.
And that is a banger of a shot from God's Farm from halfway across the field, 67 miles an hour. How do you save that coming right at you? It's just too fast. And Cthylla able to answer back to take the lead once again in Game 6. We're down to the final minute, Crop. Surprise needs one if they want to send this Game 7. Cthylla almost gets a third to get some insurance, but it remains a one-goal game. Anything could happen as we count down here, Crop. What do you think's going to happen? I mean, will Cthylla be able to do it? Will Surprise be able to tie it up?
Opportunity.
No, Zach the Bull with the save. Can we go back the other way?
Awkward touch. Oh my, and these opportunities are starting to go more and more in favor of Cthylla. It's going to be another chance here. The physicality is trying to come through for Surprise, but they're just not connecting and creating an opportunity off the backside. If it's a final 20 seconds is upon us, good pinch down, but it's going to be a lot of time wasted. Just these big booms are going to end up going in the favor of the 3-seed Cthylla. And here it is, just wasting time, not even allowing that ball to get past the midfield line. Here it is yet again. Final 3 seconds. Can they get it going the other way? Not with a team bump, and another opportunity. And that's going to be that, ladies and gentlemen. Cthylla are your amateur champions.
And what a performance from Cthylla. They came out guns a-blazing in game number 1. Took the back seat to the element of surprise coming in games number 2 and 3. And then were able to clean it out 3 straight games to take the series. What a performance. Cthylla getting that championship for the Mythos. And congrats to them. Again, just what a series. Being able to answer. Being down 2-1. The perseverance. The mental it takes. And they absolutely deserve that. They looked fantastic tonight.
Yeah, and I know I said it multiple times throughout that series, but tonight, Cthylla are giant killers. They took down the 2nd seed and the number 1 seed in a single evening. That is absolutely astounding. The number 3 seed coming out and putting an exclamation mark on this series, and congratulations yet again, Cthylla. Your amateur champions, and my word, did they do it in style. The games back and forth, the overtime, that realistically is what changed the entire trajectory of that series. That overtime win in Game 4 was just massive. With that being said.
Massive indeed, Crop. A monumental win in game number 4. And we close out our night. As you said, I'll say it again. Congrats to Cthylla. Amateur champions.
Hold the phone. Everybody. Amateur Finals MVP poll is up right now. Make your voice heard. Get out there and vote. Who do you think did it? So far, I'm seeing a lot of Tech 4 votes. My word, a lot of Tech 4 votes. Oh, my word. 100% at 13 votes. The man is going absolutely crazy, but absolutely, as you were saying, sorry to interrupt you there, but Cthylla absolutely came out and they did work. 100%.
Yeah, and look, feel free to interrupt me. I had no idea we had a poll up. I wasn't paying attention. I'm glad you were. And right now it's looking like a runaway for Tech 4. I don't know if I completely disagree. Tech 4 played one heck of a series. Even in, the games that Cthylla lost, Tech 4 was still making their presence known. And right now, yeah, it's a runaway for Tech 4, 74% on over 30 votes. Looks like the fans are speaking crop. I think we got ourselves a finals MVP here for amateur.
Yeah, it's really looking like that's the trajectory of things. We'll let that run out. But yeah, oh my word, and astounding. I know I've said it more than once now, but I cannot believe that Cthylla came out and they just dethroned two massive opponents in one single night. They 3-0'd the second seed, and then they came out and they 4-2'd the number 1 seed. I mean, the storylines here are just absolutely massive, and Cthylla refused to relent. That first game, they came out, they showed their hand, they showed that they were ready to come into this, ready for tonight. But then Surprise said, "Nuh-uh, we're not going down without a fight." The 5-1 and then the 3-1 in game 2 and 3 respectively. But my word, what a series.
What a series indeed. And
think we have it.
after the first championship night here for the RSC, we got many more coming up. We're winding down. One last congrats to Cthylla. Crop, if you have anything else, let us hear it. Let us hear that beautiful voice of yours.
Oh, absolutely. Again, GG's Cthylla. Good work, Surprise, getting there, but just not quite enough to get that last little bit. But GG's, congratulations, Cthylla, yet again. And with that being said, I do believe we have our amateur finals MVP. It's winding down now. 27 votes, 75% of the votes. Congratulations, Tech 4. Well played across the board. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Croptopolis. On the desk with me, we've had T-Sant producing in the back end. You heard his lovely voice partway through. The Croctopus. But with that being said, that is going to be amateur, just the one tonight.